Just how many years have you ran this camp here?
I believe this is year 5, and every year it gets bigger and better, and we have a great turnout this year, 125 kids, about 35 coaches, so I'm really excited about this camp every year. That falls pretty much late June, early July every year.
Mm-hmm. And, it's a quarterback, wide receiver camp. Just what kind of things do you emphasize for those specific positions during this camp?
I think fundamentals. I think especially these kids these age, they need to understand the fundamentals of playing receiver and playing quarterback, whether that's accuracy or just catching the ball. Very simple things that you and I would think, but just getting reps at it. I think the big thing that these kids need is continuous reps at doing the same thing. That's how you build muscle memory, and I think that's how you get more comfortable when it comes to drill work. So the focus of this camp is to get a lot of reps of fundamentals and make sure they leave the camp feeling they got better in certain areas of their position.
Okay. And talk about the joy you get, being able to be out here and spread your knowledge to the future of, the football.
I love this day. Leading up to it's a little stressful just trying to get all the ducks in a row, but when we're going and seeing the smiles on these kids' faces and asking the questions and just interacting with them, it means a lot to me. But there's a lot of joy on this day, not only for me, but my family, my friends, all the coaches and former players I've been with. I mean, this is a team effort. It's not just me. I know my name's on it, but this takes a lot of people's hard work. One in particular, Greg Joscott, who's really been helping me out. But this is one of the best days of the year. We get all the people together. All my family's here from across the state, and we have a great day like this. And thankfully, the weather's holding up.
What's your favorite part about hosting, camps like this in your home state of Connecticut?
Yeah, I think the fact that just having someone from the area who has achieved getting to professional ranks. I live 10 minutes down the street. I want these kids to know that just because they're from Connecticut in a small town and they might be undersized or oversized, whatever the case may be, whatever limitations they think they're putting on themselves, you can go do it. It's possible. And I think that hearing that message that you guys want to go do what I'm doing right now, you got to make your mind up that you want to do it, and you got to go work your ass off. Ultimately, that's what it's about. So I want them to know that message that coming here, seeing myself, Will Levis, a couple other guys who have played professionally here, it's possible. If you're in Connecticut and you work your ass off and you decide to do it, and it's possible. And I want them to know that. It really is.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you think the hope you can give to these kids, seeing you and Will Levis, succeeding all the way to the NFL? I mean, Will came here only a few years after you did, and, now he's a starting quarterback.
And extremely proud of Will and very grateful he took his time out to come to my camp. But yeah, going back to my message, it's having the awareness that there's a lot of good football in Connecticut, and these kids do a really good job of putting themselves out here and grinding and putting a lot of good effort. But I think the big thing, like I just said, it's seeing Will, myself, a couple other guys here, and deciding that, hey, I want to go do that, and I want to let them know, encourage and inspire them that you guys can do it. So whichever kid hears that message today and goes home and puts it down and works and works their bum off, it's going to be a fun time for them, and they're going to continue to grow, and I can't wait. But hopefully they come back to our camp next year and continue to progress.
A couple of weeks ago, you helped out at Max DiLorenzo's camp in Berlin, and he'll be here a little bit later today. Just talk about the relationship that you and Max have had since UConn.
Max is a great guy. He was obviously, being from Berlin, him and I got acquainted in high school when I was at Xavier. A little bit of a rivalry there we had some fun with. But Max is a great guy. He's a hell of a football player and a hell of a coach. And I'm grateful for his friendship. I really am. His son always comes, Will. He does a really good job, super athletic. But Max and I go back to college, obviously playing quarterback, running back, being in the same backfield. Really good communication back at UConn. He's got a really good feel for the game. As a quarterback, it kind of puts your mind at ease when the guy next to you kind of has a really good sense of what's going on. But I'm really happy and impressed with the way he's coaching life after football. I'm really excited that he's gonna be here and help out with this camp. I know he's excited to do it every year. But his friendship means the most to me. Obviously, football is one thing, but life after football is also important to me. And him and I, the friendship we have, the support we give each other is awesome. It really is. And he's a good man, a good father, and a great friend.
I've spoken to Max a little bit about his camp from a couple weeks ago, and that, one of the things he said was, he likes giving back to the community and the kids and helping, be a good impact. And, with you being able to help him out and him being able to help you out, just how important do you think that is, given the platform that you have?
Yeah, I think supporting each other is number one. Obviously his camp is critical and development. He's doing the same thing I'm doing with kids in another region. And I think the more support and inspiration they have, I think the better off they're going to be. So the fact that I support his camp, he supports mine, it really does mean a lot to me and our friendship. But yeah, Max is doing a lot of good for the state of Connecticut, and I'm glad I'm following in his footsteps.
Okay. And just how excited are you for year 7 in the NFL?
I'm very excited, man. I feel really good right now. I'm at a point in my life and my career where the game feels like it's really slowing down. I feel really in control with my feet, my arms, and I feel accurate right now. So, going into 30 years old, I feel really good right now. Going into year 7, it's going to be fun down in Houston. Report back in a few weeks, so it's going to be all hands on deck for training camp. It's going to be a little hot, so I got to battle the elements a little bit. But going into year 7, I feel really good, really optimistic.
How excited are you to be in the same quarterback room as, the reigning NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year and C.J. Stroud?
C.J. is incredibly impressive. Only 22 years old. He's such a great leader. He does a good job of checking the offense when they need to get checked. I mean, he is the full package when it comes to NFL quarterback. He's big. He can throw the ball. He can run. He can lead. He knows what it's like to be a big-time quarterback in a big-time moment, obviously coming from Ohio State, but in his rookie year bringing us to the playoffs last year. So being in a room with him is awesome. Being 29, him being 27, I think there's the age gap. We also have Case Keenum in there. So there's kind of like an older group kind of helping him along, but he's also showing the old guys a few new tricks too. So it's a really good partnership in the quarterback room, and I'm really excited to get back down there.
Mm-hmm. And just talk about your experience last year with the New York Jets. I mean, you started a few games. Did you learn anything from Aaron Rodgers while he was there?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron's a good buddy of mine. He's a really good man, really good friend, and obviously a hell of a player. But yeah, I had a really good time with the Jets last year. No bad blood. I mean, being able to start as an NFL quarterback in the NFL, no matter the team, is a dream come true. And I think they're going to have a really good squad this year. I'm really excited to watch them.
Okay. And just what are your goals this year for this NFL season?
Goals: make the team and play football and stay healthy. I want to stay in this game as long as I can. I want to get into my low 30s and play football. I haven't worked a day in my life, thankfully. But my goal is to make the team, be down in Houston, support the starting quarterback, whoever the case may be, and if my number is called, to be ready.